I've been struggling with symptoms of UC and stuff like that probably since I was 14.
And how old are you now?
And I'm 29.
You're 20, so 15 years you've been struggling with ulcerative colitis.
All the ups and downs, the roller coasters, never really finding something that was really working either, so it kind of already put you in that kind of hopelessness category of, I just can't seem to find or try anything or diet that was just working. It was pretty intense. I'd be having like 10 to 15 bowel movements or even more a day, getting up in the night, not sleeping, so then you're talking no energy. I was anemic because I was just bleeding constantly, cramps, pain, couldn't almost like sit or stand. The pain was so bad. So, and then emotionally, it just was, I was so stuck in my head. Like everything was fearful and just trauma upon trauma. So then there was that aspect too, you don't feel quote unquote normal. So it's hard to even kind of just function every day. Needless to say, going out to parties or doing active things, it like completely just kind of shut that down. Wasn't even really an option when you can't even hardly be walking or eating or anything, so it completely affected that.
And what were your doctors saying? What did they want to do?
Yeah, I mean, it was really close almost to surgery at that point because they just couldn't get the blood under control, which is obviously a serious problem. And I having at that point with this flare like 8 months of heavy bleeding. So I mean it just went on and on and on to a point that it was like we're gonna have to snip that out.
Yeah.
It doesn't come to a halt soon,
What are your symptoms like now?
Yeah, so now, the bleeding, which was our number one thing probably. And I remember I would always just tell Dane, oh my gosh, I'd panic, right? There's blood, there's blood. And so anyway, a couple months later, right, it's like completely abolished. I mean, not anything. So no cramping, no bloating, no pain.
Yeah.
How's
your energy?
Great. I'm actually able to enjoy the summer and do active things, stuff that I love to do and outside with my dog. So, and probably like 1 to 3 bowel movements, which was like my goal.
Normal.
Yeah, you and I set a goal of what I wanted, and I never dreamed that setting a goal like that was even possible. I remember asking you like, I don't control that. And you looked at me and were like, yes, you do. It's like the journey of the supplements and the mind coaching did a lot to you because it was almost like unblocking 15 years of, because there's shame, there's embarrassment that goes along with this too. You don't want to tell people, it's taboo to talk about it. And then the trauma. So it's like all these different factors that the layers just kind of kept shedding off as I got more and more confidence with what I was doing and that I could do it.
So you're having normal bowel movements, no diarrhea, no urgency, 1 to 3 bowel movements a day, no blood, no cramping, no pain. You're sleeping through the night. Are you on any prescription medications?
No.
Did you ever have to get the surgery?
No.
Okay. And here's the biggest one. Are you able to eat nutritious foods that make you healthy and happy? And are you able to eat a broad diet and sometimes celebrate?
Yeah. I mean, that's the icing on the cake because I never thought I would ever in my life be able to eat some of the things that I wanted, like pizza.
Yeah.
I haven't had pizza in years.
And you've had pizza, right?
And to take that first bite, I mean, I probably like bawled for an hour with the food, how it's like you're kind of building and implementing with some of the diets and things that I was on to get everything under control, that was my investment. And I remember telling myself that over and over because now looking back, that was a great investment because I you what I'm doing now if I didn't do that.
What was that like, the mental part of healing and what we did in the mental part?
Yeah, I think that component, I didn't realize how huge that was until we started like diving into it.
Yeah.
Like I start talking about things and reflect it back on you, and you would kind of be like, whoa, do you hear what you're saying? And then I'd be like, oh my gosh, yeah. So many limiting beliefs. And I mean, this was from, like you said though, like 15 years of trauma.
Yeah.
And within that, of the colitis trauma, you know, then there's other trauma stuff that I had, and not feeling a part of people's lives, and so many different components that it just kind of snowballed. And so I think in feeling empowered and in confidence, even in this situation with my health, and in control, because that was a huge one for me as well.
Yeah.
I didn't feel so hopeless and empowered in other aspects of my life. So then all the pieces kind of just started being put back together and reversing the limited beliefs. You guys are flexible. You're willing to go with what our bodies are saying and what we're saying. And I don't think I've ever had that in all the different things that I've done. It's like you're just alone.
Yeah.
Trying all these different hats on.
Yep.
You don't really know what you're doing. You're just going off of what Google says is good for you.
Yep.
And you're just kind of like in this realm of like, I don't know what I'm doing. And then it's like getting worse. And so the one-on-one was key. Like I wouldn't have been able to do that without coaching. And just, that going flexible and going around what was going on with us, believing what was going on with us, and then adapting to it is just like, it's so beautiful. You
feel more empowered to handle adversity in the future based on your knowledge now.
Yeah, 1,000%.
Not just your magic to do.
Yeah, 1,000%. I feel so much more confident, empowered. I'm not hopeless anymore. I feel like I'm stuck.
Yeah.
Like stuck in a corner. That's almost how I felt. Like no options, no way out. You know? And I felt that for the longest time.
Yeah.
And I'm just so happy because it's like freedom. Finally, and feeling freedom is like the best feeling in the world.
What would you say to anyone out there who hasn't come across CC Lifestyle or the S.H.I.E.L.D. program about what it took and why you chose to trust in the program and trust that this could actually work when so many diets and so many supplements and so many things out there don't work?
Well, I think one big thing, even just for me personally, and I think people can relate, is that you never want to give up on yourself. So there also is that another emotional component of like, I don't want to continue living this way. And so I'm going to be tenacious about not giving up.
Yeah.
And so I was actively, while I'm sick as a dog, feeling like I'm dying, we were actively still looking for answers. And if I didn't feel like something was right, that was not the thing for me. And so when we came across your guys' website, I read the testimonies, but right away I just knew it was something up my alley. I didn't want medication. I didn't want surgery, but I kept knowing in my mind and my gut that I knew there was something out there, and I just couldn't stop trying to look for those answers. So what I would like to say to those people is, don't give up. You can find an answer, and especially with CC Lifestyle, I think it's just, there's so many different components to it that you can hit it from every single angle. And I would just encourage anybody who went through anything that I did to like 1,000% give this a go, because coming from somebody that nothing worked for nothing, it worked, amazingly. So